Welcome to PNIC's Wheel of Review, where fate decides what unit I review next for you, right after this. Hey fam, Swatitukung Krap, it's PNIC here, and it's time to get into the Wheel of Review, with the first winner being the RG35XXSP by Anbernic. It is a Nintendo Advance SP kind of clone, and of course I got it in red, because, well, red is my favorite color. So why not get it in red if it's available? Of course, there we go. But as you can see, it's a transparent red, but they also offer silver, DMG gray, transparent blue, transparent green, a transparent white, and a transparent black. What would you have picked? Let me know down in the comments down below. I'm curious what everyone else would have chosen. So, she's a big boy, but that's all right. So what else do we get in the box besides the device? Of course, we get a beautiful manual by Anbernic, going over the different various functions, which is great for a beginner. What the lights mean, such as a green light, red light, what do you mean by that? Good to know these types of things. So nice and clean. Of course, I can't read that side, so I'll stick to this side. But the nice thing is this does include, of course, Bluetooth, and it also does include both 2.4 and 5G Wi-Fi, which isn't all that common on devices of this price category, under $80 US, so can't complain. A tempered glass screen protector, and we also got a USB-A to USB-C charging cable. Now bear in mind, this only charges at 5 watts. So if you have one of those old iPhone chargers or an old cell phone charger from 10 years ago that would now barely charge your phone, that's what you want to use with this. Do not try to use your charger, your wall charger from a modern cell phone. It would be way too much and just would not accept it. So remember I said I got the transparent red. So let's take a look here. Nice little protector, keep the device nice. So there she is, in all of her transparent red glory with black face buttons. Buttons are clicky. They don't have a lot of travel to them, which could be a good thing or a bad thing, good thing depending on how you look at it. You have start and select. You have a home or memory button, which you can do other functions using that. You have R1 and R2, L1, L2. You do have a mini HDMI port, so you can broadcast it directly to your TV if you want, or capture card. You have USB-C OTG connection, and then you have a headphone jack. Nice to have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack if you want to have headphones. You have you'll see TF1 internal, or INT, so that's your operating system and any built-in games that Anbernic included. And then you have TF2, micro SD card 2, external. So if you're going to have a 2-card setup, which the system would support, you can put other games on this one as well. So let's take a look at the sides. And on this side, you get the volume up and down rocker. And on this side, you get the power on button and the reset button. So let's go ahead and turn this guy on. Now you do have a 3.5-inch screen here. So not the biggest screen in the world, but for a little pocketable device, not too bad, especially considering it's a clamshell, fits right in your pocket nicely. And like I say, I have to admit, I am really digging the transparent red. I've seen online where you can actually take apart the RG35XXSP, put a sticker on the back, and because of the transparent shell, it'll come through. I don't know if I'll do that, because I don't know if I trust myself to take it apart, but you definitely can. You can even take off the battery compartment door. Looks like you got some Torx screws back here, along with this Phillips head screwdriver. port here, and I believe you'd have screws here as well that you'd be taking off. But you can see there are some magnets here that help whenever you close it to tell the system that you've closed it, so you can see the screen turned off whenever I closed it. So we do have games on here, but that'd be under game rooms or game ROMs. So then you can see the different consoles. They've got some sound effects. Don't know if I'm the biggest fan of the sound effects, but could be worse. Let's see here. RetroArch network. So you do have Wi-Fi, as I mentioned, 2.4G and 5G, so that's always nice. You can change your icons, how they look. That is almost impossible to see. We'll go back to this one here. And then we want to return. There we go. All right. Background settings. So you can change your background. Not too shabby. So let's just go ahead and return back. And NES looks like the Nintendo Famicom, the Japanese version of the NES. Same thing here, Mega Drive or Sega Genesis, depending on where you're from. I would say Sega Genesis from North America, but of course the EU group would say Mega Drive, Game Boy Color, SNES. And then we can go in. We'll just start up a game, just see how it starts up, if I can remember how to start it. There we go. And then I will turn down the volume because I don't know if there's going to be any potential copyright dings for this old of a game. Gives you a nice real world situation. Now you can have it kind of at this angle. You can have it go beyond 180 if you really want to for some reason. But it does have a good hinge. It doesn't just close on you. Moves around a little bit, but not too bad. Oh, there's the audio. I don't know if that'll trigger any memories for everyone. Sunsoft. Developed by Iguana. Also, if you remember, Iguana was also NBA Jam. Who was a fan of NBA Jam? I always loved that game. Maybe because it was just 2-on-2 basketball with no fouls, but I always enjoyed NBA Jam. So Iguana was also involved in Aero the Acrobat. Now I could see the clicking noise being offensive to some people because everyone likes things differently, right? So, okay, duck. Been a while since I played here. Jump. All right, there we go. Do a double jump and do some snazzy little stuff there. Oh, got hit. So, I mean, again, it's not the highest resolution screen in the universe, but considering you're playing games from 30 years ago, you know, not too bad. Oh, I didn't expect that tornado to kill me. It's been so long since I played this game. I think the last time I played this was when I lived in Arkansas as a kid. Let me know down below. Were you more of a SNES or a Genesis person, or was that before or after your time frame? Either way, like I say, I'd have to say, first blush, the buttons feel good. They're just a little noisy with the clicky buttons, but considering other consoles, handheld consoles also have clicky buttons, it's not too bad. Sorry about the brief moment of silence there. I'm still getting used to playing games and talking at the same time. So bear with me as I get used to doing these reviews and trying to play at the same time. I appreciate your patience, but these games do bring back some nostalgic memories and sometimes I get caught up on it. That said, just backing out of the game and exiting back to the main menu. It's really interesting to see the games that they have on tap here. One thing to bear in mind is if you buy the console from Anbernic directly, they usually do not put any games on it. You'd have to furnish your own games, whereas the consoles that come from AliExpress would generally come preloaded with some games. It's interesting to see PSP and PlayStation 1 here because, of course, those game consoles had thumbsticks, and this doesn't have one, so it would be interesting to see how I would navigate around the games with that, and I'd be happy to try that for you if that's something you'd like. So just kind of looking through the list here, we see Grand Theft Auto 2. Who remembers Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2 actually looking kind of like that rather than what we've become accustomed to since Grand Theft Auto 3? And then we, of course, have Ridge Racer here, which Ridge Racer was pretty much launched on almost every PlayStation console, and they would always announce it in the funniest voices possible, like, and it includes Ridge Racer. Who remembers that? It was always quite interesting to see them doing that. Now, just kind of backing out of it, just kind of looking through the menus, it's not just a little game console. You can actually put MP3s on here. You can play some video files. I don't know if it'll play for me here, but let's take a look to see if it'll actually play for me. It doesn't look too promising, does it? So I'm going to try exiting out of this so I don't keep looking at a black screen for you, making you look at my funny mug there. Apologize about that. So as we back out, let's see what else we've got here. Okay. Exiting out nicely. And then we can see if the screen is clear enough for you. I'm not sure if it is, but you can also play, or you can also have ebooks and PDFs on here and read those if you want to for some reason. So it is a fully featured device, really, for what you're getting at such a good price point. The settings have quite a few different settings. So not too bad. You can change the brightness of the device. You can change a lot of different things within the menus. Uh, so quite interesting to play with over the next few days before I give you my short-term review. And then in a few months, my long-term review, of course, see how much I keep up with the system and what I've done with it, such as putting a custom OS on it potentially. But I think I'm going to wrap it up here because I think that's good enough for today's video. I do want to thank you for jumping on the first episode of the Wheel of Review, and I hope to hear from you in your comments which games I should be playing in my review. Until next time, this has been P-Nick.